The war started July 2011.
The Burmese army is on the rampage. It's doing whatever it likes, killing, stealing, looting, raping. And this has been the curse of Burma ever since independence. No one is prepared, the central government is not prepared, and the international community is not prepared to focus on the rights of ethnic people in the country. They're talking about ceasefires, they're talking about development, but they're not tackling the political root causes of the problem.
We want freedom.
There is a very serious human rights and humanitarian crisis taking place in Kachin State at the moment, and there is not an adequate international response to that. We have tens of thousands of IDPs in areas under the control of the Kachin Independence Organization.
Of 5,721 people. Right.
Most of those IDPs, they don't have adequate shelter. They're only getting basic supplies such as rice and salt. There's overcrowding. Children are starting to show signs of malnutrition, and when the hotter season starts, there's going to be a big increase in disease here. The Burmese government is not allowing enough international aid into this area. There's only been one UN convoy allowed so far, and that just had kits for 300 families.
The Burma army, burned the village, burned the house, and they killed the villagers, and they fled and they ran, and they came here.
And how many IDPs here?
2,000, almost 2,000.
2,000.
Yeah,
And what's the name of this camp?
Jiegao camp.
So there needs to be a lot more pressure from the international community to allow humanitarian access here. There needs to be support to local community-based organizations who've got access to the IDPs and are helping them. And there needs to be real international pressure to stop the Burmese government sending the Burmese army to attack civilians, committing very serious human rights abuses.
And the SPDC shoot a mortar, and his house dropped 120 millimeter mortar, drop house and burn. Yes, the IDP they need blanket and medicines and food, and they need before 2 months ago in Kachin State very cold, and they not enough blanket, warm clothes, and some old women and the baby, and very cold, and they not enough warm clothes and die. One or two child and old woman, old man, and very cold, and yes, 2 or 3 people die in this camp.
There is a child here who was playing in his garden near the family farm when he heard soldiers, Burmese voices, Burmese army soldiers, they are talking about where their captain is. He and his friends playing in the garden, they ran, they hid in the sugarcane field. They heard 3 shots and after a little while they crept out of the field. He went back up the path to where he lived and found his mother's body hanging over the fence of a neighbour's house, surrounded in a pool of blood.
And that's the boy right in the background there, in the blue shirt?
Yes, he's just 12 years old, and he's now staying with the family of the neighbours in an IDP camp. He's got no special help, no counselling, no support for what he's been through at all. The people in the village, they left after a few days. He went back to the village. He wanted to bury his mother. They couldn't find the body, but there was an outdoor toilet latrine nearby, and it had been filled with earth. And he persuaded some local people to help him dig it up, and he found his mother's body that had been dumped into the toilet. And this happened at the same time the international community is saying that Burma is changing, that we can relax pressure, we can engage with the government, and that there's great progress happening in the country.
There's one lady, the Burma army catching this village, and they saw this lady and they catch, and they catching his camp. They bring the Burma army camp. And then some soldier, they watch binocular this Burma army camp, and some soldier, they said this lady is no clothes, no wearing everything. And then the SPD soldier, they like this everything, they touch like this, they do. Yes, now not see it. Many 2 months, 3 months ago, not see this lady, and they think kill or die, or I don't know this lady.
This patient is caused by Burmese landmine on October 17, 2011.
The landmines hurt to our people, not only to the soldiers, but all the people. So we don't know how many of the landmines are inside there. Now the bush is grown up, so we cannot clear again.
Lan rong sai mi ko ba ne ni rong nga ne khep le de ni ma khang nga da gan ne khang chi mi ne ma khang nga ba chi yang el go yong ma yang go phen la pam dut klo na khu renga sunga yang go pha ma mi chi tim yem mai kham ja wa ten go dina mi wa mi tu che ku te ne jem cho mit ko ndo ka renga
Burma Army.
Burmese Tatmada?
Chimbuma Egbima, Nele Sudo, a Pintoy, a Pintola, Yasudo, a Chimbuma Egg, Elumio, she did.
That's not Kupago, Mian Kalaya Kunanga, Taptungta, Diango Kapkatsu losing last night.
What you can see here on the ground in Kachin State is that there is an amazing effort by Kachin community organisations, the KIO, Kachin people in exile, the church networks are the main ones that are providing aid here, not the international community, not the United Nations. The United Nations has delivered hardly any aid. And I think when you have maybe 50, 60,000 internally displaced people here, more expected to be displaced, you would expect the United Nations to be pushing for access at a much higher level. It's the denial of aid is as effective at killing people as a bullet is.
Freedom for Kachin State, for Kachin people, for Kachin, and not only for Kachin, the people who live in Kachin State. It is for our goal of KIA.
From the perspective of people here in Kachin State, since Thein Sein took power, things in Burma have got an awful lot worse. It's business as usual for the dictatorship in Kachin State. The kind of thing they've been doing in Shan State and Karen State for years is what's going on here. Horrific human rights abuses. So the international community is welcoming what has happened, and it's right to do that, and they're pushing for further change, which is right. But when they talk about ethnic issues, if they talk about ethnic issues, it's in terms of just a ceasefire. They're not focusing on the politics behind it. So I think it seems like they're pretty much thinking, oh well, if they release most political prisoners, if there's a ceasefire, there's not actual conflict going on, and the NLD have got some seats in Parliament, that'll be good enough, and we can relax the pressure, do some business. The hugger general, the ASEAN-style approach as well, is not the way to go. That pressure does work, and the danger is that Thein Sein is going to be able to get away with making a few relatively small changes, and that's going to be enough to dupe the international community that they're going